click on the subscribe button, and press the bell icon, to never miss any updates.
Welcome to Faith to Faith with my name's TK Nakagaki. This is an interfaith program, and I'd like to really begin with a silence so that we can calm down our mind and body so we are ready to listen. And also, nice part of the silence is you can pray whatever the language you like, or whatever the religion you have, but silent, so nothing bothers. Okay? And so what I would like you to join me first is maybe you can simply put your hands together is okay, or just like a formal meditation if you like, but whatever the way you like to offer the little prayer. This is a peace prayer, so I would like to begin with this peace prayer. And so relax your body, and you can lightly close your eyes, and I'll ring 3 times this bell. So every time you just breathe out slowly and then breathe in slowly. So I'll just do the 3 sets together with me, and then you can do 3 sets yourself. Then first set, relax your body and breathe out slowly, and then breathe in slowly. You can use your lower stomach to do this instead of lungs. And second set, breathe out. And breathe in. And then last set. Breathe out. And relax your body, relax your mind, and then breathe in. Bring peace to you. 3 more times, your own. So how you feel? I hope you feel better now. And again, welcome to Face to Face. This is an interfaith dialogue program. And so I would like to first today talk about simply what is interfaith. And I don't know whether you've heard the words interfaith. Many times, interfaith or inter-religious dialogues, inter-multi-faith or multi-faith, or inter-religious religion things, or intercultural things that you're familiar with. So there are many parts of the different groups together, and then you meet each other. And especially when you look at your neighbors, you have, of course, Muslim friends, Christian friends, Buddhist friends, Jewish friends, Hindu friends, and Zoroastrian friends maybe, and all different kinds of religious religious people, and but sometimes non-religious people too. And so So your neighbor, you're living like this. Your neighbor is all different religions or different background of the faith or spirituality. Then the mouth faith become very important from that sense because we live this society together. Even your neighbor is a different religion. By the way, myself is, as I said, TK Nakagaki and Nakagaki. Actually, I'm from Japan originally. So when I was in Japan, this is a very different situation because I don't know how many of you been to Japan, but I was raised until in Japan until I graduated university and then do a training of the Buddhist training, and then I came. So this is a totally cultural shock in a way coming to the United States because here there's all different races, languages are spoken. But when you go to Japan, what happened, of course, is only Japanese people are there. But of course, there are some, non-Japanese, but basically many, more like a monocultural. And so we speak Japanese, we have some kind of Japanese food type of things, and also the way to understand is also very Japanesey in a way. And so culturally, it's pretty mono, as I said. So in a way, to your neighbors, interfaith, we never thought about, of course, interfaith, because it's basically your neighbor could be either, maybe most of the time, Buddhists, and sometimes Shintos, of course. Oh, actually, Shinto Buddhists are all over the place. And then some minor group of the Christian people, but still, there are religiously not as diverse as here. Here is all kind of religions. I mean, in even language, they say 800, languages are spoken. So which means they have all different background. And so you can imagine the difference between here and Japan. And so why I started the interfaith is first of all because I came to the United States. And I came to the United States in 1985. And so a while ago, 30 some years ago. And actually I was sent from Japan, the Buddhist temple from Japan, and assigned to the different temples used to be. So first I was serving in West Coast, then I was sent to New York, 1994. So about 24 years ago. And so actually for me, interfaith started 1994, so 24 years ago. And this is New York, of course. And you see a lot of people, even my neighbor. I used to be in Upper West Side of Manhattan, like near Columbia University. And so there are, even among the students, so many different languages are spoken, and different culture, different background, different religion, and different ethnicities. So these are the uniqueness of New York, and at the same time, then how we need to react to each other. I mean, religion could be, make you people gather, but then make people separate too. Because I'm this, I'm not that. So like, we, and them. So it could create a boundary. But in terms of interfaith, so this boundary is something, make it a little bit less, I guess. And then hopefully we could be more friends and then learn each other. And such a rich culture, religion, and values that each community have. So if, New York only work with their own part only, then there could be more narrow-minded, or, this is mine, but, so just try to protect. Then you only live in a small world, probably. But the great part of the New York City itself is we share the different part of the culture, respect or learn from others. and so as the revision too. So interfaith is really means to learning each other from here, from there, from us and everyone. So we share the important value, so we learn each other. So that's a very, very important part of the interfaith, I believe at least. And but then another question that I asked to myself, so why interface for me? Of course, if you can read different books nowadays about the interfaith, and then some videos available. And so what I'd like to share is personally why I do interfaith work. Actually, I've been doing interfaith work like 24 years, as I said. And one of the big reasons for me was actually I'm very interested in creating the peace. So that's one of the things. Of course, I can create peace within myself, probably, or maybe not. Sometimes it's very difficult to even create the peace within ourselves, because sometimes we get angry, we're upset, and sometimes we're happy, but yet, sometimes really frustrating and so forth. So there are many aspects of us may not be peaceful within. So, of course, part of the Buddhist practice also is peace. And I believe all the different religions always talking about peace. Create the peace within yourself and then with the society. And so then how can I create peaceful world? Then we need everyone. We can't just push my religion. Oh, if you become one like this, then you become peaceful. But rather, we do have all different background, long history of cultures, religions, and so forth. I mean, it's almost impossible to change. I mean, of course, they can change if they wanted to, their own choice. But something that we sort of work together for peace, right? So. Because of that awareness, I wanted to have interfaith to do any peace activities. That's where I started. And in fact, 1994 was the 50th anniversary of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombing, or end of the World War II too. But my temple I was assigned to the New York was the New York Buddhist Church or New York Buddhist Temple, that's Upper West Side. And there's a statue of Shinran, which is a founder of this particular Buddhism. He lived in 1173 to 1262. And his statue was in Hiroshima, where atomic bomb was dropped. And this particular statue was in a hill of the mountain, and so you can see the epicenter of the atomic bomb in Hiroshima. And so that's a little hill called Hijirigaoka or Mitaki in Hiroshima. So that's where this particular statue was survived, and then actually experienced the atomic bomb, and which was sent to the New York Buddhist Temple, Buddhist Church 1955, which is 10 years after the World War II. And since I was assigned as a head priest of the New York Buddhist Church, I feel like this is my mission to bring the message for peace. And in order to do that, I wanted to have everyone together. Instead of just I'm bringing, this is a piece that everybody should follow, but rather, we work together to create the peace and bring in a peace to this world or to the New York City. So, sorry, it's a little bit too much of a personal part of it, but yet I think each one has the meaning to be, to practice or to live the interfaith kind of world. And in fact, I even decided to study later about this interfaith, because when I was at the temple, I studied, but without knowing any of the knowledge much. But all I have was, somebody introduced somebody, meaning actually, at that time, I used to go to the UN more, a World Conference on Revision on Peace. And so through all those organizations, I was introduced somebody, and then this connection, and then people gather. But in the end, that is a very interfaith, that is self, meaning we create the connection. I and you, we don't know each other now, but yet, by say hello, greeting to you, then it creates some connection. And then sometimes we work together, and well, of course, not always you can work, but yet there's a connection created. So interfaith activity is creating the connection, not the connection with arguing each other, hate each other type of thing, but this is a connection of the care for each other, respect each other, maybe love each other, and also listen to each other. And so this is a kind of positive way you create. Before we may not know each other, but through the greeting, I think greeting is a very important one. Only words like say hello, good morning, good afternoon, how are you? Just a simple words. But I think interface, where the interface begin, I feel like greeting is the beginning of the interface. And so the part of the greeting, I will say, I wanted to just even practice today, later on. But maybe I just wanted to share my experience of greeting. Greeting is actually very important in Buddhism, also, or the daily life. But one thing, very important thing is, do not expect any return. That as long as you remember that, the greeting is very important. Or you can smile and then greet, how are you? How's everything going? And that's one. But then if somebody, you say something to others, but he or she never say anything or just ignore, then you may feel hurt. But don't worry about it. So we just keep greeting. That's actually the key part of the greeting. And somehow, even like sometimes, relation become very bad, like maybe father and sons, or the brothers each other, and then they may have problems, start not saying anything, but you can just say greeting, good morning, and then of course he or she may not answer anything, just keep greeting, and because it's an acknowledgement of recognition of other people there. So I believe you can start greeting even your neighbor. When you meet on the street, you can just say hello, but he or she may never say anything, but yes, you can just say hello and then have a great day, and you just pass it. And actually, I have done this before, especially in Japan, when I was in Japan too. But we just visited different places. But one time I was assigned to the one temple that I don't know anybody. Then so what should I start? So I thought simply greeting is the one that I decided to do for 1 month. So which means this is a small village that I lived before. Although it's in Osaka, the big city, but the temple that I served was very, very kind of small community. And so I was using a bicycle to go through every day. And whoever I meet, I say, hello, good morning. The first day I was, well, who is this? And then they start, they don't respond anything actually. And so I just continue. Whoever I see in this small village, I say hello or good morning. And then later, interesting thing is, I start saying good morning, they start responding. So this is a simple greeting, but this greeting make me feel safe to be there. And also later, sometimes they start a conversation. I say good morning, hi, good morning. So where are you from? Or we just have a simple conversation. We start, and among the religions, sometimes we hear, oh, Buddhist is this, Hindu is this, or Christian is this way, or Islam, Muslim is this way, and Native American is this way. So there's a stereotype, but we never maybe even met, or even don't have a friend or something. Then the interesting thing, maybe I want you to do a little practice too. So maybe you can just say hello to your neighbors. I'm sure among your neighbor, there's a people who you never say hello, but maybe you can say hello, without any expectation. And well, even among the family too, because we're so close, sometimes we just don't talk, or sometimes. But if your family is that way, then just put a little greeting. This is, for me, it's like I don't know whether this is a good example or not, but salt and pepper. So when you have a little salt, but tastes better, it creates interesting taste. And so if you have a greeting, a little smile, and then you create kind of a little tasty relationship with other people. And so I hope you will continue to do that. And before I forget, this one is connected to the viewers like you, because this is, of course, I'm one way speaking, so this is not conversation. So since we're talking about interfaith or interreligious or face-to-face, it's actually face-to-face also means face-to-face actually, because we meet and then we learn each other. So I want you to really send me some your reaction, anything. Actually, even if you have questions, then maybe you can send it. And if you have comments or suggestions, please send to me. Of course, nicer the better, but sometimes you can send any things. I'm sure that on TV you can see that line here, tknakagaki@gmail.com. You can contact. Now I would like to finish. The time is come. So 3 times for the bell, and then that's it for today. Thank you so much. Breathe. Peace to you all. Thank you very much.
ITV, Call of Peace, Save Humanity.